Hello everyone, this is Gander of VATOCLAN, and I am here once again with Team Liquid's Ret, one of my favorite Zerg players. Last time I got to talk to him was at MLG Columbus, and we are now here at MLG Orlando, and just like before, he is playing in basically everything. He was in the IPL 3 last weekend. He's here at MLG Orlando this weekend. He's playing in the NASL Season 2, and he's also got the BlizzCon Invitational. I want to talk about IPL 3, just one game in particular. You played against TSL Alive. Game 3 of that, if you remember, ended with him having just his main and a lot of Marines and you just pouring Ultralisks at him. Can you talk a little bit about that game? Because I really enjoyed that game. I was really fascinated by it.
Yeah, that game, he actually, it was pretty standard up until the fact he sniped my Greater Spire. So I decided to just make Ultralisks, and it worked really well. Crushed his first attack. Then he made Marauders, and it became way closer at the end than it should have been, because he just kept dropping me everywhere, and I was just like thinking like, oh my god, just leave the game already because it's over. But he wouldn't, so you know, kind of scary there for a few minutes. But yeah, happy I beat that guy.
Now, that was a really intense game to watch. And here at MLG Orlando, there were a lot of Terrans that came out to this event, a lot of Korean Terrans, as well as a lot in general, because we also had Hongan and MC out here. DRG wasn't. We had July instead. What do you think of the roster that played out here at Orlando?
Oh yeah, I think there's probably more Koreans here than there's ever been at any MLG. I think it was a lot harder, the roster, than any of the previous events. But we also seen a lot more foreigners beat Koreans. So even though it was a harder roster, I think overall the foreigners did a lot better. I mean, Huck is in the grand final, and Idra got top 4. That's really impressive.
Now, NASL Season 2 has been underway for a little while. Can you give us a brief recap of how you're doing in that?
Yeah, actually I finished 5-2 in the groups, and so did Sen and Starlock, but unfortunately they have a better map score than I do, so I finished 3rd place in the group. So I'm going to have to play an online qualifier to see if I can secure a spot for the grand finals.
All right, excellent. This is the second time that you've performed well in the NASL, and I really hope that continues. What do you think of the NASL Season 2 versus Season 1? Has the competition been any different? Has the procedure been any different, or has there been any real changes?
The format's the exact same, but the competition's a lot different because there's all the Koreans decided to pull out, so it's actually been a lot easier. So I think in Season 1 I did a lot better to finish first in my group than I did this season. A little disappointed I didn't make top 2, but you know, I could still qualify, and I think the finals are going to be a great tournament. You know, there's only going to be like Puma and Hero for the Koreans, so that's a lot less tough than, for example, this event, which is like a tenth of the prize money that NASL does, so it's exciting.
Now, one of the things that I've enjoyed asking people with all of the recent discussion, because everybody is always talking about balance, and if you could make any one change to the game, to any race, to any map, to any mechanic, what would you change?
That's a good question. I think the balance is actually really good right now. I didn't like the Infestor change. I feel like it makes a huge difference. You can't really kill Marine Medevac anymore. It's weaker against Protoss. I would make Corruptors more useful against ground units, I think. That's about it.
All right. Do you have any shout-outs, any thank yous, anybody that you maybe want to say hi to?
Oh, my team, my sponsors, Razer, the little app factory, Twitch TV, the guys running the team, booking all the hotels and the flights. They're awesome. My teammates, I guess. That's about it.
Oh, and I did have one last question that I forgot about. I know that you stream also. I was wondering, are you ever conscious of the time difference when you stream, or do you just sort of stream whenever?
Well, I've only been streaming when I was home in the Netherlands, and I've been in the States now for about 2 months. So I haven't been able to stream, but when I'm home, I just stay up really late at night. I don't really think about the time. I'll just put on my stream when I feel like streaming. Maybe I should think about it so I can maximize viewers, but, you know, we'll see.
All right, well, hey, thank you very much for the interview, Ret, and I look forward to you making it into that NASL 2 finals.